this playoffs?
Well, it's the captain, John Tavares. I mean, splashy free agent signing for the Leafs. He's 30 years old now, though, and he hasn't really been a huge factor for the Leafs in the postseason so far. Just 8 points in 12 playoff games to date, and just has not dominated, hasn't dragged the Leafs through a series yet. There hasn't been enough from him at the most important time of year just yet. And this is a team where Tavares really needs to be that guy if Toronto is going to have the kind of success that they want to in the playoffs.
You're picking the captain. I'm going with the coach. Last year in the bubble, Sheldon Keefe was going up against John Tortorella, a Stanley Cup winner who had actually coached him in the NHL. This year, Keefe is actually the more experienced head coach in this series. The Leafs were a first-place team all year. The talent is in place. Now it's up to Keefe to push the right buttons. If the Leafs falter in this series, it's hard to see a scenario where Keefe isn't taking a lot of heat.
What is the most intriguing storyline within the game for you?
The game within the game. It's what makes the playoffs great. For me, it's the Leafs power play against the Habs penalty kill. Neither unit really inspired a lot of confidence down the stretch. It looks like the Leafs are going back to two balanced units, at least to start the playoffs, in an attempt to recapture some of the magic from earlier in this season. The Habs finished 23rd in penalty kill in the regular season, but they did tie for the league lead in shorthanded goals, and the Leafs allowed 5 shorthanded goals in the final 32 games of the regular season. That could be a big momentum swinger if it happens in this series.
Well, I'm looking at Austin Matthews versus Phillip Danault because, with Matthews, you can't hope to stop him, but you can try to contain him. And Danault has been more successful at that than most this season. On a line with Thomas Tatar and Brendan Gallagher, they can play heavy in the offensive zone. And when they do, they're keeping Matthews from playing at the other end of the ice and peppering Montreal's goaltender with shots that do tend to find their way into the twine. So Danault could play a huge factor here if he's able to slow Matthews down, limit his chances, and at least keep him from blowing these games wide open.
Final topic, Kristen. Who is the Leafs X factor in this series?
Well, that's an easy one. It's Riley Nash. I mean, the Leafs and Habs may have played 10 times this season, but the Canadiens have not seen a bottom six with Riley Nash in it yet. This will be his Leafs debut in Game 1 if it continues in that direction. And Nash, he's a defensive specialist. He's a utility guy. You know that he's going to be in the right spots. You know that he makes good decisions with the puck. And when you have that kind of stability in your bottom six, that can make a huge difference for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Nash is the center on the third line. I'm going with the savviest fourth line in hockey as my X factor. Jason Spezza, Joe Thornton, Wayne Simmons, all searching for that first elusive Stanley Cup. They're going to bring a lot of energy. We know Montreal is going to focus a lot of attention on shutting down the Leafs' top six. If Toronto's fourth line can bring energy and chip in some offense, I think that can really swing the series to Toronto's